I just want people to, who are watching this, you know, obviously I understand the profile of people that would watch this, to understand that I and plenty of the people that I respect are not in the business of collecting 1 million Twitter friends, you know? This isn't haha. I'm not here to, you know, joke around. We're here to build big businesses. This is a platform shift. You know, you've got to understand, we've been playing under the same rules as society for a long time when it comes to telling stories. Newspaper, magazine, radio, billboards, you know, television. And television way up here with other print media that was quite important. I mean, this is big. Anybody can be in the game. I mean, just, that's wild to me. The fact that you could become the authority about foreign affairs online and not spend a lot of money is staggering. Now you have to have the chops. You probably spent a lot of money on your college bills or, you know, learning it or paid your dues. But the most important chocolatier in America can make $7 million a year, right? Through sponsorship and speaking engagements and deals, selling chocolate. That person can come out of the internet in 24 months for the grand total of $5,000 and a crap load of hours. And I just don't think people can believe in it because it wasn't true 36 months ago. And I understand why people don't believe in it, but I know it's true. And I'm excited for this shift because I think a lot of people that would have never been able to be really happy talking and conversating around the thing they love most are going to be making $79,000 a year and maybe not $110, but 79, but boy oh boy, waking up at 11 o'clock, eating Captain Crunch, you know, hanging out with their kids. And then the people that have the true talent, listen, I feel like I'm going to make billions from the platform. So, you know, it's just really a big shift. It's a game changer in business. Everybody will be affected by it. And the quicker you wrap your head around, instead of making fun of it because you just don't want it to happen, and learn a little bit, touch it a little bit. Don't give up after 3 days. Oh, this is stupid. And understand where it's going. Because boy, oh boy, there was a lot of chatter about how stupid Amazon was in 1995 and 6 when I was doing WineLibrary.com. All the same conversations from my industry, the wine industry, about how stupid WineLibrary.com was and how it wouldn't work and shipping laws. It worked. And so did Amazon, and so did the Huffington Post, and so are many, many, many other things. So it's reality. It's only going to get much bigger and stronger. And it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like a lion. You know, if you get a little lion and you have it when it's like a couple days old, you can have it in your house as a pet. You just can. And when it's a little bit older, it gets to that weird zone where it's kind of like bigger, but you're still kind of okay. Bigger than a dog, not too scary. But eventually that damn lion's going to eat you. And if you keep it in your house. And I think this internet platform, not Facebook, not Twitter, not YouTube, the platform of the internet, it's going to eat up every other one. And so you better pay attention. I think that there's, you know, it's really endless, right? I mean, there's not that many people that own a space, right? Here's what I know. Anybody that spends a good amount of time in their computer and they think about wine, I've got a really good chance of being the first thing they think about. And the fact that there's not a beer version of that and a coffee version, you know, and going to the thing I believe in the most, I think tea in this country is going to be monstrous. When? Probably 5 to 9 years from now. You know, but boy, oh boy, if you start laying down the foundation now, owning that niche, owning the pockets of tea drinkers in this country, Starbucks is going to have a $10 million contract in front of you in 8 years if you pump out. If I switched to Tea Library TV right now and ran it hard for 5 years straight and did everything that I think about doing, there's not an ounce in my body that doesn't think I can make $10 million a year in 5 years. So that, you know, I think that there's yoga and gardening and, you know, Sports Center. Where's the Sports Center of the web? You know, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of niches. MMA. Who's the MMA personality online? Who's the person that everybody, who's the Bill Simmons, the sports guy, ESPN version for MMA online that every single day, I mean, there's money in that. You know, advertisers are clamoring towards that sport. And if you are the internet voice, there's big dollars in that. So I think that if people really follow their passions, why I wrote this book, and really owned that space, because they love it, that passion, they'd spend the 18 hours a day in the trenches that are needed to build this business, because this is a marathon. I didn't stress about capitalizing on Conan because Conan was a little piece in a much bigger game.